mbokk yi ñu ngi leen a gërëm bu baax di leen dalal ci biir kër gi ñu ngi am mbégte lool dal si waat ak yéen ci biir kër gi la mooy di Morning Star ñu am ci mbégte lool nar leen a indil nag lu am solo ci biir programme bi comme loolu ñu baaxoo di ko defee rek tey jii nag dama wécci ko parce que maa ngi ñëw tàmbali mel ni oustaz xale yi di ree waaye tey Friday la awa tey Friday la ba pare gis nga sa waa ji li ma solal dafa ñëw fekk ma toog rek mu solal ma lii dama tey maa laa rànga na ngeen ko de ooyee
Odogu
non papi waaye mu ne cepee ñoo ko ooyee papi soo góor yi di ko ooyee papi góor yi day sa another name am na tur amaata moo ma solal lii amaata moo ñëw ne ma bro tey li nga mel dafa rafet xaar nga teg ci lii su ko defee nga appear on TV anyway it's a nice one bi xam naa Nigeria yi tey suñ ko seet dañoo ne not there is a name that you just said Odogu non bi Onowu means alkali, come alkali, chief of the village. So today I am the Onowu of Star. I am Onowu. Good morning, Awa. How are you doing?
Good morning. I am doing good.
Nga saf ma Onowu?
Saf nga ko.
Okay, good. Because noonu rek laa mën a def xam nga yéen ñaar a ngi kaalawu. Even though xëy na sax mun naa am solo fi jógee génne kaala bi I don't know. Because télé bi la su ko defee man it foog ma jéem a mel ni oustaz tey dugga nuyoo tey ay hadis lay wàccee nag pour mu leer ay hadis Maymuna good morning.
Morning.
You alright?
Fine.
yow da nga am doubt ci li ma wax.
Lan?
You're laughing. dama wàcce ay aaya dama wàcce ay hadis ay.
ma doubt de.
ok.
foo bëgg a gis rek.
da nga ma ci xeeb.
déedéet kay.
nga gis naa da nga ko bëgg a dégg.
waaw.
lan nga bëgg ma wax la ci hadis. wala ci wàcce la ay aaya.
bépp boo ma jàngal. ma yaay cool.
ak baax
soo paree nga delloo li film bi.
su ma paree ma delloo non bii du ma ko delloo bii saa yi moom solal te gis nga dafa àndaal lii xam nga ku sant Guèye ku nekk da ngaa mën a sanse. man Guèye laa sant man ku ma xam-xam ne comme li woykat bi wax la rek mu ne naka sanse du ci doole ci xel la waaw xam nga tey mun ngaa jox nit ki $10,000 nga ne ko demal nga shopping nga jënd loo sol nga jox ma man $1,000 nga jox ko moom $10,000 ñu dem shopping moom moo xam fu ko neex mu shopping with $10,000 and I got my 1,000 suñ demee ba ñëw nga foog ne man nga jox 10,000 because dafa fekk amuloo xel bi xamuloo loo war a boole ak loo warta boole sanse da nga koo miin da nga koo xam
sanse doo ko forcé boo ko defee rek daanu
kon ki daanu démba loolu ko daaneel daf ko forcé mun naa wax trop man su ma yoon si golo bu puudaru
mooy kan
bismillah man su ma yoon si golo bu puudaru because démba gis naa ko daanu dafa forcé sanse bi xam nga doo ko forcé léegi-léegi nga gis koo xam ne ni dafa bëgg a boole loo xam ne oh my god antanu ko yëfi xel la du doole du bari aleel du am tur di nga gis ko xam ne ni loo xam sax jotul ginnaaw macha allah su génnee rek nga nangul ko xëy na da ngaa romba tax bi sax foog ne moo ko moom li ma benn boy waxoon ma taxaw di waxtaan ak nit mu ñëw romba ñu ngi tax rek bu ma bro daf laa nax de moomu tax bi de papis ba léegi daf ma ko dee tooñee ñu ngi laa nuyu bu baax papis waaye ma gisee dama bro ndax yaa ngi di xam si boori tax bi sanse mel ni yaa moom tax bi mu ne kooku ne ki ma taxal dama ne daf laa nax de moomu tax bi
fekk nduroo ak moom tax
dafa soxor rek nga di nga yar nit ba pare mu génn soxor waaye anyway papi moom li mu def rafet na trop parce que lii moom macha allah waaye ñu ngi leen a nuyu beneen yoon it's a beautiful morning on Star TV right now and of course it's the Morning Star and we're glad to be back and of course we're going to bring you some interesting stories on the newspapers some stories that are trending on social media as well but most importantly too there is this particular video that we are going to play and so many people will be surprised. You've heard about it. Have you watched the movie called The Message?
Yeah.
My female Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yeah, I did.
And there is this guy called Bilal in that movie. Bilal Sahaba Yonent bi la. And in that movie, that black didn't play pour ñi xam kan la. And guess what? Some people will be surprised that he was a Senegambian. Born to Senegalese mother and a Gambian father. He was born in Dakar, raised in Janjanbureh, later relocated to Banjul before moving to Europe, France, England, America, Hollywood, and then that's why he got the chance to be part of that great movie called The Message. Bilal, so we'll take a look at his his story. We'll take a look at, a brief of his biography, tell people where he was born, how he managed to get to Europe and then have the chance of becoming, a Hollywood star, acting the role of Bilal in a movie called The Message. It's all happening on the Morning Star, so you don't go away, just tune in wherever you might be watching us from. You're most welcome. It's a beautiful morning and another interesting edition of the Morning Star. We're coming back shortly to take a look at the marketplace and of course the currency update courtesy of the Central Bank of the Gambia. ay ca mbokk yi ñu ngi am mbégte loolu del suwaat ak yéen ci programme bi mooy The Morning Star ñu leen di nuyu bu baax a baax di leen jaajëfal fu waaye mën a def ne moo xam fan ngay seetaanee ndax léegi-léegi nit ñi nekk seen kër yi mën ngeen stream live on Facebook nekk seen mobile yi seen biir office yi di seetaan programme bi mooy The Morning Star ñu ciy gërëm ñëpp di gërëm the management and staff of Star TV Star FM kër gi yaatu na lool ndax ñi leen ci rajo bi ñii leen ci télé bi ñu nuyu ñëpp di leen jaajëfal bu baax a baax ñi màggal seen bëti ci tey am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngi celebrate their birthday today ñu ngi leen a wis happy birthday, a very blessed one with the very best of luck in all your endeavors. ñi jiitu nag ñu ngi leen a ñaanal yàlla xar leen àjjana muy Jannatul Firdaws yàlla barkeel li nga xam ne moom lañ bàyyi ginnaaw yàlla defal leen seen i njaboot tawfiix defal leen taysiir defal leen lu kawe seen njort ñoom ñëpp incha allahu rabbi ñu feebar tëdd ci lopitaan yi ñu ñaan yàlla delloo leen seen sago yàlla fëgg seen bopp yi ba ñu wér dellu niñ meloon su ko defee ñu dellu seen njaboot yi dañ commencé nag di def li nga xam ne moom lañ daan def ñu nekk ci prison si difficulté yeeg whatever yal na ko yàlla teggi yal na yàlla defal jaama defal ñëpp jaama ci biir réew mi yàlla saxal ko fi nag parce que ñu ngi dig ma loo xam ne ni mooy élection si te kenn ku nekkaa ngi fas yéene pour ngémba sa mbuur ndax coow li bari na te yëf yi sax yegg seegul jaama rek moo ci xëj te yal nañu ko yàlla defal si sunum réew ñu ngi leen a gërëm bu baax beneen yoon ñu dem ndànk dem ci marché bi seet li fa ne su ko defee ñu bàyyi ko askan wi muy The Morning Star ñu tàmbale nag bàyyi xel bu baax li nga xam ne moom mooy njëkk li American bag of rice di jar fii ci biir réew mi ndax ñaari sàkku lañ ci jot a nemmeeku benn bi mu ngi toll ci sorry, that's the currency update control room. Yes, we are talking about the commodity price. The commodity prices. So ko defee moom la ñoo seet American bag of rice mu ngi toll ci $2,150 si benn ci saako yi loolu la toll beneen bi mu ngi toll ci $2,000 si sadam mu ngi toll ci $3,400 si saako sukur moom moo toll ci 2400 saako li ñoo toll ci 800 bi nga xam ne moom la ñu béy ci biir réew mi bi ñoo jëlee bitim réew mu ngi toll ci 1150 20 litre gallon bu diwlin mu ngi toll ci $220 si 10 litre bi toll ci 1250 5 litre bi ngi toll ci 650 ak $750 si 20 litre gallon bu diwtiir mu ngi toll ci $2500 si saako furiñ toll ci 2150 pompiteer toll ci 1300 tomate madina carton bi toll ci 1150 benn pot bi toll ci 220 beef muy ndawali kese nga xam ne du rax benn yax mu ngi toll ci 450 meat and bone toll ci $400 si carton yi ginaar yi nga xam ne fukki ginaar ci ne ginaar gi nga xam ne mooy peese 1.2 mu ngi toll ci $1,800 si bii peese 1.3 mu ngi toll ci $2,000 si benn full chicken mu ngi toll ci $200 si carton chicken legs mu ngi toll ci 1,200 chicken wings wala sax carton chicken legs ci 1,200 kilo bi toll ci 150 chicken wings mu ngi toll ci $1,350 si muy njëg li nga xam ne moom la ñu jot a bàyyi xel waaye ñu dem straight to the currency update courtesy of the Central Bank of the Gambia and take a look at the US dollar. It's at 71.91 mooy the American US dollar. Euro bi mu ngi toll ci 82.43. The Great British Pound bi mu ngi toll ci 96.54. Swiss franc bi mu ngi toll ci 83.22. Swedish krona bi mu ngi toll ci 755.76. Then is Canadian dollar bi mu ngi toll ci 52.29. And then CFA bi mu ngi toll ci 592.60. Norwegian krone bi mu ngi toll ci 745.0 and Danish krone bi mu ngi toll ci 1119.92. Saudi riyal bi mu ngi toll ci 19.18. lii the currency update courtesy of the Central Bank of the Gambia. You're watching the Morning Star wherever you might be watching us from. It's coming to you live from Star TV, and of course I am Lipsy. Together with Maimuna Baji, Maimuna Jaju, and of course our Sade in the building. Juma. Maimuna Baji Juma.
Maimuna hamna man.
Okay. Fej na man ma xamut. Li ñata xamuñ wa ñaar xam.
Ñaar xam nañ.
Okay. Anyway, we're going for a break, and then when we come back, we'll take a look at the newspaper review. We do some analysis on some of the stories, and of course, Maimuna is definitely going to take us through. Coming back shortly after. Welcome back. We're going to take a look at the newspapers. Maimuna, can you take us through?
Yes, thank you, Lipsy, and good morning once again. Welcome to the newspaper review segment. We have the Standard newspaper, the Voice newspaper, and the 4AR newspaper. So going through the headlines on the Standard, we have Assembly recommends punitive actions against 2 ministers, orders over Rosia oil scandal. We have GARD disassociates itself from Imam Jallo's party. Institute of Chartered Accountants impeach president. MCA boss tells court not all 70 deaths caused by AKI. Gach Jawara tells court he was betrayed by people he trusted. Mayor laments CEO. Finance director had more powers than herself. Drug agencies revealed 1,208 cases registered last year. Ajib launches game changer in financial inclusion. On the Voice newspaper, we have police held probe into $30 million oil deal under orders from former IGP. NDP Keba Madi Bojang gives reasons for removal from NPP position. Parliamentary uncover suspected money laundering in $3 million oil deal. Gambia loses millions to illicit financial flows. Government's failure to address pressing issues opportunity for opposition. PAP leader. On the 4 we have border villages still fear famine near Casamas despite relative calm. National Assembly uncovers $30 million oil scandals involving fraud, tax evasion, and money laundering. High Court strike out cement importers case. Government sets fertilizer price at $1,100 per bag as cropping season commences. Judge designates special sitting for journalists after dispute with lawyer. MCA head cast doubt on link between contaminated syrups and children's death. High Court orders URR-FA to suspend 3rd Division League until court cases concludes. Those are the headlines we have on the Standard newspaper, the Voice, and the 4AR newspaper. So going details into the stories, we have Assembly recommends punitive actions against 2 ministers, orders over Rosia oil scandal. By Tabura Bojang of the Standard newspaper. The Joint Committee of the Public Finance Account Committee FPAC and Public Enterprise Committee into a suspected dubious importation and sales of petroleum products from a Rosia ship has recommended a vote of censure against former petroleum minister, now Minister of Tourism, Abdou Job, and former police Chief Abdoulaye Sanyang, now Minister for Interior. The investigation started last July when representatives Seni Jawara of Lower Salem tabled a motion seeking to establish a commission to investigate the alleged illegal importation of about 36 million metric tons of petroleum worth $30 million US into the country by Apogee FZC Ultimate Badge Logistics and Crete Energy Limited. The Joint Parliamentary presented its report before the plenary yesterday. In the report, the committee said Minister Job may have committed misconduct in office in his role in the purported against policy that allow owners of the Russian oil Apogis FZC
to deposit their product.
To deposit their product at the GAM Petroleum Depot, giving them a monopoly over local oil marketing companies who were forced to switch at a high financial cost from buying directly from their traditional international traders to Apogis. The committee revealed that this purported government policy did not go through the due consultative process required, and there was no evidence of its approval by the cabinet. Even though Minister Job claimed that it was discussed there, lawmakers also reported that the minister allegedly interfered in the police investigation following the arrest of the principal suspect in the case, Mr. Uremas Stablis, who was arrested, detained briefly and released without charges before he reported absconded. The committee also recommended initiation of proceedings of censure against former police chief and the current Minister of Interior, Abdoulaye Sanyang, for his alleged role in prematurely halting the police investigation into the report of the Financial Intelligence Unit and for failing to keep proper command. Yes. Authority in the handling of the investigation as IGP. The committee noted that Minister Sanyang failed to give a full disclosure of his involvement in the matter and gave a contradictory statement when he claimed that he was not fully informed of the FIU's report investigation and only became aware of the report during an informal conversation with Pa Aliu Jawara, the Commissioner of Special Investigation Unit SIU.
Yeah, we can leave it at that.
Of the police when on the contrary evidence shows he muted the said FIU report to the SIU and also received a call from Minister Abdou Job informing him that one of their international traders was in police custody.
Yes, we can leave it at that. Because when they started, these people were not in the ministries that they're holding now.
Yes.
Yeah, because
they were in
Simon Gowon Petroleum,
areas.
is it?
Yes. Kalimuni one Inspector General of Police.
Okay.
Abdou
Job was the former petroleum minister. He was petroleum minister then, and
Sanyang was
now Minister of Tourism, and then Sanyang was the Inspector General of Police. But last year investigation started.
July.
Last year, July. They were holding this portfolio, or whether they were no, they were minister. He was at Abdou Job was at Petroleum. He was the minister. Because I remember there was a time when the whole thing started. I'm not kidding. You go to because you investigate this thing. So I'm going to appoint to other ministries and the like, because there are things that needs to be cleared. You investigate and stuff like that. But anyway,
yes, when it comes to the issue of so many things that happened during the Russian oil scandal. So Bundeme mentioned two ministers are involved. Now they are ministers. So Mudon Lo haven't these are things we want to see. So maybe special panels, investigative panels in the Hamantene, then Kodal Def to look into scandals in the Hamantene, they allegedly happened. So we are hoping that just gaining with regards to Lufa Hew Aguyunu, I hope the necessary steps will be taken with regards to allegations in the Hamantene, because most of the people complain we have panels in the Hamantene, they do their investigation, people will come and testify. At the end of the day, nothing happens. So I think it's going to be a thing of the past with regards to when it comes to such important issues.
It doesn't only stop there, because the committee also tasked the FIU and the Ministry of Justice to launch an inquiry into the true beneficial ownership of the Grid Energy Gambia, and whether Mr. Osman Drame, who is set to hold 10% shares in the company, serve as a proxy for foreign interests. So the family, if you jeexangut de.
The investigations will continue.
Yeah.
Yes. The investigations will continue. So as time goes on, we get to hear many things when it comes to such.
xam nga ndax jaxalu la parce que yenn scandale su dee dégg xaalis bi mu dee involve dafa bëri ba ñu dañ
sometimes nga laajte sa bopp kon xaalis bii di mu ngi si dëkk
bi fii.
No, but 36 million 935,614 metric tons.
léegi xaalis bii nii
Metric tons.
That's the question.
Of petroleum worth 30 million US dollars into the country.
xaalis bi fu mu dugga.
Ndax pàccoo wuñ ko.
Because
xëy na ginaar nañ ci sax ñi cu nañ ci ñi mbaxal nañ ci. The guy ngi investigate nañ seet li gars yi naan fati ci mbaam di bu jëkki noppam.
te Abdou Diop bii nii moo ne musoon naa nekk Minister of Trade Industry.
Yeah, nekkoon na Managing Director of NAWEC.
Exactly. After bu change of government bi amee tam amoon na opportunity pour liggéey ak Senegalese government bi.
Yeah, but
jógee foofu ñëwaat.
Yeah, because xam nga màcc na nag.
ñoo bokk
parce
koñ.
que xam nga màcc na ak yéen a bokk koñ.
Yeah.
waa fële la naka la seen koñ tuddaat sax.
Kololi.
xam naa ay Kololi.
Banjulian la de.
Non Banjulian la waa Banjul la. waa Banjul la Abdou Diop. ay xelam ma
xel ni muusee ga seen doom yu graduate léegi yóbbu leen génnee nañ si dëkk bi nii.
so ñun ñoo fi des.
so xaalis si dëkk bii nii
moo tax nag kay moo la leen moo tax nag gis nga moo tax nag ñun mi nga xam ne suñ baay yeeg suñ yaay yeeg suñ nijaay yi kenn laalul ci ministries yi nii. wala duñu ay borom xaalis. buñ ñi di jaxase. especially with politicians.
Exactly.
dañoo ñëw fii dañoo strike dañoo def lii mais dañoo def ci ñi la ko wax yëpp gëstul seen doom yi fan lañ dëkk. They don't even attending public schools. To say the least. They're not even attending public schools. They're attending just was it on kañ la démba ñëw moo jox. It was on sorry démba was Thursday. It was on Wednesday. Wednesday dem naa Marina International Schools. Because maa ngi ànd ak suma benn friend dafa dañ fii la ñëw moom moo ma picc dañ ñu dem jëli doomam. maa ngi si biir school bi di xool xale yi di génn xam nga mu leer ma ne fii li gars yi naan doomi borom barke yi fii liñ ci dama rek mooy borom xaalis ak yooyu noonu parce que soo seetee lan la gars yi fay par temps par annum or whatever man suma doom mënu faa dem keneen doomam mënu faa dem keneen mënu ñi seen doom yi ñi am xaalis seen doom yi si schools yooyu lañ leen a yóbbu te schools yooyu néew na pour nga dégg fa ay protest ay nangam because dañ xam nga dafa mel ni comme European schools dafa that standard la am so ñi ngaa wax nii yëpp parce que yaa ngi ne seen doom yi dañ leen a génne suñ leen yóbbuwul si public school tam duñ leen yóbbu suñ leen génnewul si dëkk bi duñ leen yóbbu public school day taking them to CBEC day taking them to Marina International Schools
te moom doomam yi yëpp Marina lañ graduate
non Marina come on moo tax ñun war nañoo
ko graduate rek mu yóbbu la
waaw awa man sax di seen tëdd
yow sax su doon yow sax nga yóbbu
non xam nga yóbbu bi sax léegi-léegi ñoom liñ ci na ma sax léegi-léegi du dawale ko génne ko dëkk bi parce que problème amul yow amuloo problème am na ñoo xam ne seen doom yi yëpp dañ leen a yóbbu ba doesn't mean ne dañ leen a dawale because dugguñ ci dara tilimalu ci seen loxo but kenn ku nekk bi you want the best for your child su fekkee ne sa am nga xaalis bi you are taking your child to a private school su fekkee ne private school bi mooy li gën because fooguma ne Gambia rek nga gis public schools performing better than private schools. Most of the time private schools ñoo de jël because of quality education bi fa am na standard xëy na yow da nga dem si public school nga gis 55 xale ci benn classe ba pare nga am teacher bu mel ni Maymuna mu ngi tayal wala nga am teacher bu mel ni Awa mu ngi tayal mënut a contrôle ñaari xale sax nga jural ko 54 xale
su paree mu tij both morning and afternoon.
Anyway, dañ dem ci beneen story.
This one says GARD disassociates itself from Imam Jallo's party by Amadou Jadama. The executive members of the Gambia Association for Reform and Development have issued a press statement clarifying their position with regards to the Reform and Development Party recently formed by a former executive member of the association. A statement issued by GRAD President Mohamed Drame and shared with the Standard yesterday clarified that Imam Jallo parted ways with the association when he announced his decision to contest the presidential elections under an independent ticket in 2021. The GRAD statement read, The Gambia Association for Reform and Development is closely following recent development related to the political ambition of Sheikh Musa Jallow, particularly his announcement of plans to establish a political party under the name Reform and Development Party. While we commend Sheikh Musa for his bold decision to exercise his constitutional right as a citizen to contest the presidency, we find it necessary to clarify certain matters, particularly his use of a name that closely resembles that of our officially registered association. In light of this and in response to inquiries regarding any relationship with God and Sheikh Musa, or whether he represents the association in his presidential bid, the Gambia Association for Reform and Development finds it necessary to issue this public statement to clarify that we have no affiliation whatsoever with Sheikh Musa's candidacy. We also wish to announce our intention to take appropriate measures to protect the identity, legal standing, and moral integrity of the association. Mr. Jallow's membership in the association come to an end after his decision to run independently in the presidential election, despite the association having initially selected him as a prospective parliamentary candidate for the Latrikunda Sabiji constituency, violating the general policy of the association. Later, he left us for NAFA party, only to leave it for reasons unknown to us. Until his recent announcement of forming a political party, our understanding was that he remained affiliated with NAFA while the association continued its mission of empowering Arabic-speaking citizens and promoting their political participation. It was therefore both surprising and disappointing to learn that Sheikh Musa chose to name his political party Reform and Development Party. While we engaged him in a good faith to congratulate him on his potential decision and to request that he reconsider the name of his party, Sheikh Musa insisted on using the name. We view this stance as regrettable and unacceptable. It concluded. God further disclosed that this action is not motivated by hostility, but rather by a desire to safeguard the collective efforts made to ensure the inclusion and representation of Arabic-speaking citizens in the Gambia's political life. We remain hopeful that this issue can be resolved amicably and that it does not negatively impact the broader cause of which we all are committed, ensuring fair and equal political participation for Arabic citizens, educated citizens in the national landscape. Mr. Musa Jallow was an active member of the association since its establishment in 2020. The association, which is legally registered in the Gambia, brings together intellectuals, educators, and students from Arabic backgrounds with the aim of raising political awareness and enhancing political participation among Arabophobic communities in the Gambia. Our mission includes advocating for the civil and political rights of these communities through various means, including supporting candidates of Arabic backgrounds from established political parties, organizing training programs in political science and public policy, and engaging with Muslim scholars and government officials on issues of concern to our constituency. According to the GAD president, in this context, the association supported and contributed to the election of Almami Jiba of Foni Councillor, Esa Damfa of Combo East, and Lamin Drame of Kiang West in past parliamentary elections.
Wow. But I think it's good to clarify things. Because if you take a look at the name of his party,
Actually,
to the association, that was similar.
Yes.
That was similar. So I see I don't see any problem with them coming out to shed light on this, so that they can clarify for people to understand exactly the party is not from the association.
The association, yes.
Because at the end of the day, people would think they form some political party, they even though they supported candidates, even though they supported candidates. But the am fena from read fini. Let's take a look at the aim of the association. Understand? The aim of the association is raising political awareness and enhancing political participation among Arabophone communities in the Gambia. So their mission includes advocating for the civil and political rights of these communities through various means, including supporting land candidates of Arabic backgrounds.
From established political parties.
Well, established political parties, organizing training programs in political science, public policy, engaging with Muslim scholars and government officials on issues of concern to our constituency. Léegi dafa am fenn fu ma doon xoolee before ma doon gis this story. Su nit gisul lii xëy na dafa doon foog ne xam nga they don't want to engage or they don't want to associate themselves with politics. Because bëgguñ pour nit ñi gisee leen ne ñoom xam nga they affiliating the association with religious whatever. Understand? Nit ñi dañoo ne no politics xam nga it should not be based on religion is nangam loolu laa doon xelaatee xëy na keneen tam loolu la moo xelaatee. But understand that yet still they into they're in politics, they're supporting candidates, and in fact ñoom ñu ne bëggoon nañ ko support pour mu tapu laate ku nekk constituency. So problème bi mooy so fekkee ne loolu yëpp happen na and they're supporting they're supporting those that have Arabic backgrounds. They engage in the Muslim community. They are doing XYZ. Ndax fooguloo ne tamit waroon nañoo mën a continuer support ko even though génn na ci gaay. But the problem with them right now is he was called for him to change the name of the party and then he refused. Even though he refused to change the name of the party, te ñoom ñu ngi support candidates and he wanted to stand, why not you push correct? I see no reason why kon ñu war ko
for ñoom you just have to be within their midst in order for them to support you.
Yeah.
But so amee aim ne li moo nekk suñu aim bi loolu moo criteria bii nii mooy tax ba ñu support an individual même su fekkee kooku nekkul a member of your team or group sax since am na criteria boobu noonu bi ngeen a advocate for loolu warut a stop pour ngeen support leen de man loolu laa si
loolu laa wax because man su fekkoon ne they were not actively engaged in partisan politics. If they were not actively engaged in partisan politics, then they understand that yes, that's not their whatever. So they don't want to get involved. Because but this man, they're active because they're supporting candidates. They, in fact, mom was at one time, asked to run for the Lalakuna constituency. So Sofia the same name because this is Association for Reform and Development. Yeah. That's the name of the association. The party is Reform and Development Party. So
I think there is all about the name. It should be
I think an interview with Jallow would definitely be good to hear from him. Then sort of a new check. Because boring we change and then we would go change. And then so go change because it's not the same name. The Association for Reform and Development Party. Reform and Development Party. I'm not name change so
I don't know. I'm the same objective, okay?
No, it's a new association formed like few years ago, and presidency executive this was the aim and objective of them forming the political party because they wanted to undermine what we are doing or whatever. Because executive okay, now it was just an association targeting Muslim students, those that have Arabic backgrounds or whatever. But now you're into politics and then you wanted to contest for the presidency. Are you kicking me out? Because so said reform and development. So are you telling me that you do not agree to my development
reform
plan?
And development plans. Actually, you're a party. That's the only difference. But then, can you follow MB put neka leader develop the career? But then, so fake competition neka neti digante bi ak lifin lolu mom do work there.
Langa gise campaign am sax when the campaign trail begins.
Can Jalo
naka gise campaign am ban façon environment nga nek di gis surrounding him, he Jalo going around preach this message that he wanted to get to people. But for some environment,
he's just trying to use that.
Because I'm not Mumbai bi ma xam ni xale yi di jàmba dongo di nangam nangam foofu wala wala fa
ambiance nga ni comme ça ambiance moo di yóbbu nit yu bari
waaw
but then comme moom what I say is he's trying to use religion to manipulate people.
Do you manipulate? No, I don't think I don't think that word should be used, but li ma mean mooy I don't think he's trying to manipulate.
So that he's convinced?
Wow, okay, exactly. Wow, fine. He's trying to convince people. Wow. Yeah. Wow, but what I'm gonna nakala environment bodi man because ham na do fa gis jamba do ay fecha tacho fecha yi nangam dogo yi xew ci yeneen parti because xam nga loolu bokk na ci li gënoon a big doy because doy those days doy dañ ñëw ne doy dafa gay because doy duñ xumbal duñ ñëw dañoo jëkk-jëkk rek dawal seen Land Rover ñëw ci benn boppi ko jël taxaw rek commencé di oote ni ñëw because they were not interested in that Mumbai thing. What they were interested in is giving you the message for you to understand exactly. So ñi tamit foog naa noonu laa gis seen parti bi war a mën a mel kon
the message is the most important thing. But then xam nga ñeneen ñi mun nañoo bokk ci ambiance bu fekkee ambiance moo fa mun nañoo bokk ci ambiance bi whilst they are not even a supporter of the particular party. So ambiance bi moo dee yóbbu ñeneen ñi rek waaye what is more important is the message you are to send to the public right there. Agenda bi so fekkee it is of the interest.
Are you still on the same paper, my boy?
No. Okay. I'm with The Voice.
All right, just one from each, please, and then you said, wow.
Yes, The Voice newspaper. This one says NPP Keba Madi Bojang gives a reason for removal from NPP position by Hadi Toure. Keba Madi Bojang, the de facto leader of the newly formed National Democratic Party (NDP), has disclosed that his expulsion from the executive of the ruling National People's Party (NPP) is a ploy meant to force him to talk on activities of the boarding party they are about to launch. Mr. Bojang made the disclosure during an interview granted to Voice newspaper following his removal as the National Youth President of the ruling NPP. According to him, the time is not ripe for him to make statements or respond to various letters emanating from the National People's Party, adding that the time to talk or make statements will arrive once the National Democratic Party is fully registered as a political party in the Gambia. The development comes as the heels of his removal as the National Youth President of NPP together with Lamin Jatta, co-opted executive member, and Seni Mane and Lamin Toure, who served as public relations officers of NPP in West Coast region. Their removal from the executive membership of the NPP was announced in a communique signed by CDS Kenjai, deputy spokesperson of the ruling NPP, on Friday, 28 June 2025. The four sacked NPP executive members were said to have violated party rules and regulations. Meanwhile, Keba Madi Bojang responded to the claims asserting that his removal was solely meant to get his response and reactions regarding NDP affairs. He notes that when the right time comes, NDP will speak out and answer any questions relating to the activities of the new party. I don't have time to talk about our removal from the NPP executive. Let them do anything they want. If they want, let them come and kill me. But I have nothing to say about the removal, Keba Madi Bojang said. He added, I am not done with the program of our new party, so I'm not saying anything until I'm done. The reason they are putting out all the letters is to post me to talk about, but I'm not going to do that until when the time comes for me to speak out loud. From Keba Madi Boya.
Interesting. So, time be more
so they may be registered party and
they're busy with trying to structure their party.
Yes.
They're busy trying to, do everything it takes, everything it needs to be a strong party, because I'm in time, and anyway, I'm in enough time because it's
the elections is fast approaching.
Nearly 18 months before elections or something like that. But would someone say in a situation then is open to any kind of interpretation? Because they remove them from the party because they were not
following
the party protocols. They didn't respect the rules or whatever, and these people refuse to talk as well. That have a hidden agenda.
Reason, but then when
of
you
course,
are
they got reasons. Later,
so in party and you are not participating in it, or you are not doing things that you are expected to do or contribute to the party. Suñ la gisutee ne yow daal bokkuloo si ñoom at least ñoom maybe ñoom tam loolu mooy tax ñuy jël step bii nii but then xam nga lu nekk waxtaan rek la de but then ñoom tam nañ génn ñu wax seen side of the story nga gis ñu mun a balance ñaari yëpp. Benn side bi kese suñu waxee.
Why li ko trigger mooy when the rumor was going round to say that they were forming a political party and they say no to it because for example su fekkee it was not true bi rumor bi di génn understand da nga expect Keba Madibo Jang ak keneen koo xam ne ni is involved in it pour mu génn to make statement to say ne xam nga the rumor is not correct, is wrong, is nangam ak nangam, it's just a mere rumor, but li ak amul. They didn't condemn it, they didn't say anything, they didn't talk rek. But after like guy def seen guy wax seen wax dañ ñu door a xam ne definitely ñii dañ bëgg a form seen political party ñu génne leen. But pour ne they didn't respect the protocols, they were not going to maybe executive meeting and the like. Loolu suñu amoon ci loolu rek foog mën a dina am parce que loolu yàgg naa am before rumor bi di ñëw, before this pronouncement came, before yooyu noonu te génnewuñ leen. I can give you another example of UDP. There was at some point Rahim Malick Lowe was not attending executive meetings. He was not active that much because from the horse's mouth he said this, and they confirmed it as well. For some reason, she was not going because am na time boo xam ne nii xëy na mu ngi feel ne the party bi they're not standing for her, they're not supporting her because we have that fight from their own party, blaming, accusing Max Jani of calling her names, saying a lot of things to her, and then we feel it's not an environment that I can fit in at the moment, so I better stay away. So they couldn't attend no, but that doesn't mean expel her from the party or whatever. So B is much more than that. Is there any hidden agenda? Is there something that we do not know? Because they don't want to talk now. They're concentrating on building their party. Yeah. But when the time comes, then one would say that then maybe it's going to be a bombshell.
Maybe kon dafa am lu gaay nobody lu gaay nekk di because when the time comes. So maybe gaay dañoo xaar ba si luñ nekk gaay ñu settle yëpp after gaay ñu ñëw reveal the actual thing, but then su fekkee ne but I think they have their right to form their own political party.
Every citizen got the right to do that.
Yes.
Every citizen. But you cannot be in the party of the incumbent. Form a political party. Once you form a political party, you're not part of that camp anymore. No.
The moment you go, then there is no way they
you cannot be in that party.
They can do it secretly then.
Secretly.
No secret.
Forming a political party secretly.
You cannot be NPP and then you want to have another political party. No, make sense. That's not possible anyway.
Is it possible?
You cannot claim to be NPP and hold positions in NPP. These are people who hold positions in NPP. But I associate with other parties. They like say as a traitor. They like say as.
To form their own political party, but then they should have resigned from NPP and then
exactly.
New defense and own political party.
Maybe the time was not up.
Yeah.
Maybe they could on they targeted
maybe
date.
I'm on ñaari xel.
No, do ñaari xel sax. Mun na am target nga ne of course because they knew very well that it will not work. They were going to leave. Of course, ñoom seen bopp xam nañ ko. Maybe the target was that long. Ba nga xam ne àgguñ fa then lii door a xew. Maybe they were saying, look, we're going to do this on the ground, but come July the 5th, we're going to declare our resignation. We're going to say we resign and this is what we're going to do. And then somebody else, somebody elsewhere, let the cat out of the bag.
façon yi noonu rek la fa dee
anything could happen.
noonu rek la fa dee demee.
Yes, going to another one. This one says Gambia loses millions to illicit financial flows. Dr. Mane Banyima Silla, former senior official in Regional Integration and African Development Bank (ADB), Dr. Lamin Mane says illicit financial flows are draining millions from the Gambia, undermining infrastructure development, agriculture, and public service delivery. Mr. Mane made the remarks during an interview granted to this reporter on Thursday. He says widespread corruption and weak political leadership are at the heart of the problem, stressing the importance of building local capacity in construction to reduce dependency on foreign contractors and ensure better value for money. I believe skilled professionals within institutions like the National Roads Authority (NRA) could eventually form competent private firms to handle national projects. That's how we make sure that we get the value we pay for, Dr. Mane stated. He pointed out the significant inflation cost in recent road projects, saying $50 million allocated for 50 kilometers of OIC could have delivered at least 100 kilometers, especially since these are secondary roads. Instead, we are paying up to $1 million per kilometer when it should cost no more than $200,000, he revealed, adding the roads being built don't even meet basic standards and won't last long. That's not just mismanagement, it's a failure of political leadership. Dr. Mane noted that national spending on road has overshadowed our other vital sectors such as energy, asserting that 1 kilometer of highway of energy costs around $1 million. Part of that $50 million spent on road could have helped NAWEC generate enough electricity for the country, but that opportunity was missed. Mane, who has also extended experience in regional economic communities, infrastructure, policy coordination, and institutional partnership across Africa, pointed out that Car Power SIP deal in particular raised concerns as the Turkish company was contracted to provide power at an annual cost of about $30 to $35 million for just 2 years, but remained in operation for 7 years. He further stated that the agriculture sector also saw troubling signs, citing that the government announced reforms in tractor procurement last year, but up to date, no tractors have been delivered. We have examined the cost and they simply don't make sense. Where is the money? He asked. Similar questions surrounded to the purchase of ambulance. Dozens broke down within a year. They were not new as claimed, and we have asked this question but answers no received. That's from the Voice newspaper. So to the Fourier and maybe the final story.
No, just one story.
Yes, this one says border villages still fear famine near Casamas despite relative calm, by Nelson Mane. Despite the end of military operations in Senegal restive Casamas region more than 3 years ago, fear continues to grip Gambian border communities where many villagers remain reluctant to cultivate farmlands near or across the Senegalese border. As the 2025 rainy season begins, a 4-year visit to several Fonyi villages revealed a deep and lingering sense of anxiety. While some residents have cautiously resumed farming, others say they are still haunted by the trauma of the 2022 Senegalese military raids in Casamas. Operations aim at rooting out the separatist movement of Democratic Forces of Casamas (MFDC). In March 2022, Senegal armed launched a major offensive against MFDC functions led by Salif Sadio, targeting alleged rebel base and combats linked to both spectralism, and organized crime. The military incursion followed deadly clash along the Senegal-Gambia border, where 4 Senegalese soldiers were killed and 7 captured by the MFDC fighters. The border Casamance conflict, dating back to 1982, stems from long-standing grievances from marginalization and has evolved into a protracted, low-intensity war punctuated by periodic violence. The cross-border military raid displaced more than 6,000 people across southern Senegal and the Gambia, with 609 individuals seeking refuge in Gambian communities. Today, in border villages like Kasumai, Gifanga, and Kappa, the shadow of the violence still looms large. For many farmers, farming is no longer simply an agricultural activity, it is a calculated risk. Ladin Koli, a resident of Kasumai village, was seen clearing a small farmland close to his home. He said he has a larger farm in Casamance, but has not returned there since the 2022 raids. My life is more precious than the farmland, he said. I can only farm when I am alive. Dead bodies don't farm, so I cannot risk my life just because of survival. Recalling the events of 2022, Collins said he lived and saw bullets crossing overheads. People died, some were wounded, many fled and accepted to be refugees in foreign lands. He added that years have passed,
we stop it from
the
there.
Psychological wounds remain
we stop
fresh.
It from there, my man, because ñu ngi dem amuñ time right now, and then there are so many things we need to take a look at. Parce que xam naa ne all these people in these satellite villages, they have that kind of problem. And then when it's in Baguio, some people would there are lands, farmlands you have for them, because especially those that are so close to the border. Because last time you get situations where people were driven from their farmlands, bullets, crushing to their farms. They were even seen, with their cattle, they had problems with the rebels and the like. So I think because people that live around those satellite villages, then they encounter problems like the kid explaining. So it's something else. But that should be it for the newspaper review. Let's take a look at, go for a break and then come back and take a look at the news story of our news bulletins last night. Coming back shortly. Welcome back to the Morning Star. Let's take a look at just a few stories on our news bulletin last night. Very interesting ones. United for Prevention. Gambia rallies against drug abuse with a call to break the cycle. This is a very interesting story, and we're here to look at the story once more because it tells a lot. We're coming back shortly after this.
Since 1989, this annual observance on 26 June has served as a worldwide platform to combat the illegal drug trade and its devastating impact. In Bakau, the day began with a spirited parade led by the Gambia Police Force Band. Waving through Ndemban, participants carried powerful banners that amplify the day's theme, calling for vigilance, prevention, and public education as critical tools in dismantling the grip of drug abuse and trafficking. Executive Director of the President International Award, Honorable Pa Malik Sise, opened this ceremony with stirring appeal to youth.
And most of the time, in our conventional setting and our traditional setting, we have our booths, we have our ghettos, where most of the time these things are happening. And we'll advise you, as students and young people, let's completely stay away from drugs. Let us not be involved. If we are sent, let us refuse. If we are told, come and join me, let us refuse. Let's focus in our educations, let's focus in our works, and completely do away from drugs.
In his remarks, the Director General of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency Gambia, Demba Cisse, reflected on his first year in office, using the occasion to report significant gains in supply and suppression efforts.
This year's commemoration came at a time when I'm almost 1 year old into the helm of this office. It also comes at a time when the Gambia and our sub-region, and indeed the international community, is working very hard to contain the uptick in drug abuse in our communities and the prevalence of new psychotropic substances, as well as the problem associated with international drug trafficking and organized crime in our country, in our sub-region, and in the world at large. Nearly every month, there are reports of entrance of new types of drugs entering the illicit market as a result of the proliferation of such substances.
From 1st January to 31st December 2024, DILEC recorded 1,208 drug-related cases and arrested 1,209 individuals, of whom 1,014 were Gambian nationals and 205 were foreigners. Board Chairman of DILEC, Dr. Samba Fall, emphasized the importance of observing World Drug Day as a moment of collective reflection.
This day, the World Drug Free Day, provides a unique opportunity for us to critically reflect on the dangers and impact of drug abuse, illicit drug trafficking and related organized crime, and our actions to combat it. Therefore, it is imperative that we audit ourselves, we do a self-audit, and assess our contributions towards addressing issues relating to illicit drug trafficking and abuse in our respective communities.
The event culminated with a renewed national pledge to confront drug trafficking and its roots. The overarching message was clear: prevention is not optional, it is a shared responsibility. As the community echoed the campaign's hashtag, Stop Organized Crime, hope falls through Bakau that the Gambia can indeed overcome the shortage of drugs by standing together. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Baikor.
Report there by Baikor, where the Gambia rallies against drug abuse with a call to break the cycle. Very interesting one there. But there is another interesting news story that I want us to take a look at, where the Gambia Academy lights up Alport Banjul with cultural performance and call to action. Let's take a look at that one.
The event, a powerful demonstration of solidarity and the importance of cultural activities, culminated in an impactful speech by Jobate, emphasizing the critical connection between culture, education, and national development. Al-Bayrak, established in 1952, operates in over 20 countries, and its management of Alport Banjul is clearly fostering community engagement. Turkey's ambassador to the Gambia, Turka Oba, in his welcoming address, highlighted that the event showcased Alport Banjul's commitment beyond just business interest.
Of course, it's not just about business. Every company also should do her part in social responsibility, CSR. So I think this is a very good way also to show the solidarity to a great project, the Gambia Academy. And you know, music and culture is maybe the best export product of a country. So I'm very happy to see that Alport Banjul is also doing her part. So we are very happy to be here. And
Sona Jobate, a vocal advocate for Gambian development, expressed her willingness to contribute significantly to the country's progress. She lauded the improved efficiency of shipping to the Gambia, a stark contrast to past challenges, saying it is now a relief to know that shipping anything to the Gambia can be done without hassle. Jobate sharing her positive experience of previously sending materials through Alport.
I'm actually realizing that I have already benefited because last month we received our first consignment of what I'm trying to develop now of some of our equipment at the Academy. I'm building up our music technology department, and one of the beginning stages of that was bringing in equipment from Europe, such as sound systems and all types of equipment, which we brought in and arrived about a month ago. And I could not believe that it arrived within 3 weeks. In fact, it was 2 weeks plus something. And I have never known that to happen in my entire time of shipping to the Gambia. I have never known that to happen.
During her passionate address, Jobate raised a crucial question regarding the readiness of adults to support the nation's youth. She reiterated her unwavering mission to focus on education, ensuring that young people are equipped with the opportunities to succeed. Jobate underscored that while people globally aspire to a comfortable life, young people across Africa continue to grapple with lingering legacies of colonialism, an issue that she believes must be actively addressed.
Very systematic design, and that design was set up during a period of time where it was never an intention for African people to be mentally liberated, to never be people that are actually mentally free. And so what I'm trying to do at my academy, and although you see them sitting here today with their instruments, all of them know that these instruments are a voice. They are not an end. These are a means to grab your attention. And with that attention, they have something to say. They have something to represent. And this for me is my true meaning of being alive in this world.
Jobate declared that Kora is her language and education to be her mission, challenging the audience to consider whether young people are being adequately taught how to seize the opportunities presented to them.
The only thing we failed is to teach them how to harness it. And that for me is what I feel is the failure of our education systems. Are we teaching them how to harness the opportunities that they need in order to succeed and to thrive within their own country?
The event also served as a platform for the Gambia Academy to showcase the remarkable talent of its young students. During a vibrant music interlude, boys and girls demonstrated their prowess on traditional instruments such as the balafon, kora, and drums, accompanied by enchanting singing and dynamic dancing. These multi-talented individuals are not only skilled musicians, but are also being trained in various trades, reflecting the academic's holistic approach to education. Jobate extended her sincere gratitude to Alport Banjul for their invaluable support of the Gambia Academy, acknowledging their role in fostering such significant cultural and developmental initiatives. Lamin Ba, Star TV News.
That was Lamin Ba for Star TV, and of course it's the cultural performance and cultural action by the Gambia Academy who lights up the Alport Banjul, where we've seen, Sona Jobate, who is a Gambian multi-instrumentalist, singer, composer, and definitely an icon on the global stage there. We've got one more to take a look at, and this definitely is really interesting as well, where the YMCA final year students dazzled with culinary expertise in hands-on exam showcase. Interesting story there. Let's take a look at that one and come back.
As dishes were placed before the food assessors, the students brimmed with confidence, eagerly anticipating the results. This event not only tested their technical abilities, but also offered a platform to articulate their journey and aspirations. Renowned chef and hospitality figure, Malang Kebe, shared his admiration for the students' culinary achievements.
Hallelujah, they did great. am na lu ma gis fii ñun ñu nekk si hotel sax we struggle to do it.
I am very impressed with what I have seen today. Some of the meals here surpass what we deliver in hotels. My only advice is that they continue to work hard and give more effort.
We all see how things are going. We all know the kind of situation we are from. So the only advice I have them is for them to keep pushing hard. They will surely get where they want to go. Yeah.
Kebe praised the program's lead instructor, Mr. Idrissa Jiba, for his dedication to grooming the next generation of chefs.
Nit la ku nga xam ne ñun amuñ dara lu ko wax ana gërëm ko di ko tànk di ko gën a may jom daal.
Jiba is someone I am proud of. His efforts are commendable, and this is my 4th time supporting him. He is truly serving humanity through knowledge.
Whenever Jiba calls, I'm always there because this is the 4th year. Every year dama day ñëw fii pour maakal ko because of jàmbaar la waaw.
Student representative Mariama Baji reflected on her own path to the catering school, inspired by Mr. Jiba's guidance after joining YMCA through sports.
Ni man dama don def fi sport so dama ñëw through sport lañ ma sponsoré pour ma def catering bi dama don ñëw fi di play volleyball.
I got into the program through a sports scholarship. Mr. Jiba encouraged me to pursue catering rather than stay idle after games. Now I balance work and sports. It changed my life.
bu ma starté catering bi dama gis ne mu ngi change my life maa ngi dem liggéey toogatuma kër maa ngi def sport bi waaye maa ngi ko boole.
Baji encouraged her peers to take pride in the profession, highlighting the dignity and opportunity it offers. Closing the event, Mr. Jiba urged students to be bold and entrepreneurial.
They overemphasize more you start something. So liggéey nga am métier warloo dem léegi nga wax nit yi man awma liggéey.
They already have a skill set that can earn them a living. Start small, sell away, offer delivery, make snacks. Don't just wait for a hotel job.
Lii kooku mun na start own business am bi mun nga create menu nga dem delivery service nga create ebe snacks meat pie sushi nga start somewhere else. So loolu dama dee over encourage xale pour ñu mun a def loolu because soo demee nga pare fii yow nga ne ok hotel bi jëlut la nga dem toog si kër. It doesn't make any sense.
As the final plates were served and judgment rendered, this year's showcase stood as a powerful testament to resilience, innovation, and the transformative power of vocational training. For Star TV News, I am Maimuna Jaju.
Maimuna, yaa doon wax ci lekk yi loo ci war a wax sa Joal yaa ci doon wax de. waatal sa diggante yàlla Maimuna ne mosuloo. Maimuna waatal ne mosuloo. ñaanu te joxu la am xet bi nan la melo yow demuloo yow loo ci def report ga ci laajuloo leen sa waala dama xam ni nga mel a lekk rek
may mën a ngay ak lekk
awa limaadu dégg
la de may mën a rek ak lekk caaxaanew ko sax.
Anyway maa ngi doon wax lu interesting lu ma bëggoon ñu bàyyi xel parce que ñu bari xamuñ ne the one who acted the role of Bilal Maimuna the one who acted the role of Bilal si movie The Message The Message mooy film yonent Yàlla Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that movie very interesting one, especially Fridays danga ko dee seetaan during Ramadan danga dee gis TV di ko play over and over nga gis ñu bari dañ dee yàkkamtee seetaan sax Bilal was someone koo xam ne ñu bari xam nga ñeneen moom lañ xam nga because yonent bi doo ko gis si vidéo bi because ñi nga dee gis si vidéo bi rek mooy Hamza moo ci gën a fees ak Bilal ñoom Zayd ak yooyu especially Bilal ñu bari xamuñ ne Bilal Sénégambien yow xam nga ne Sénégal xamoon nga ne ki ak that role of Bilal Lamine Seck la tudda
kon wolof la
Lamine Seck la yep mais mun a xamoon nga loolu
musuma koo xam
Lamine Seck la dëkka la tudda but he was called Johnny Seck so he was born in Dakar to a Wolof family, the youngest of 5 siblings, and his Gambian father died shortly after his birth. When he was still young, his Senegalese mother sent him to live with his aunt in Georgetown, which is Janjanbureh. Yeah, and in the Gambia. But he ran away to live on the streets of the capital in Banjul. You know, then it was called Batos. So during the Second World War, he found employment as an interpreter at an American air base in Dakar. He then worked on the docks. When he was 20, he stowed away on a ship to Marseille in France, you know, and lived there for 3 years in Paris. He arrived in London, England in 1952 and served for 2 years in the Royal Air Force, where he first received the nickname Johnny. But then, you know, after later met some, you know, Cameroonian actor who persuaded him to become an actor, and he attended the RADA, R-A-D-A. So he became a state hand at the Royal Court Theatre and appeared on stage in various plays from 1958. So this is just to, you know, read a brief thing about this Johnny Secker, who was born Lamin Secker in Dakar. Ba pare nit ñi ñu bari ñu mëna pour nit ñi understand ne that Bilal bi ñoo gis ci film
is our
own. Papaam Gambian la, yaayam mooy sénégalais, waaye Dakar la juddoo. After bi papaam gaañoo, bi mu juddoo yàggut ko papaam gaañoo, yaayam yónni ko mu ñëw Georgetown, which is Makati, Janjanbureh. then mu ñëw foofu la nekkoon. Gars yi yar ko fa, after mu daw jógee fa ñëw Banjul ak yooyu noonu. So he was born in 1934 July next month in Dakar, and then he passed away 14th September 2006 at the age of 72. Let's take a look at this video. And
he was Senegalese. Others claim he was Gambian. But what if he was both? Born in Dakar, Senegal in 1934, but raised in Janjanbureh, the Gambia, he ran away to Batos, now Banjul, as a boy. His real name, like I said earlier, was Lamin Secker. Gambian spelled it's S-E-C-K-A, Secker. Senegalese S-E-C-K, Sek. But his birth certificate read S-E-C-K-A, means Secker. His father was Gambian and his mother was Senegalese. He stowed away to France, lived in Paris. From there, he joined the Royal Air Force in Britain before landing in America, where he found his voice on the stage. In 1961, he broke taboos in Flames in the Streets, playing a black man in love with a white woman. That was bold and groundbreaking. From Khartoum to Uptown Saturday night, Secker held his own beside Hollywood giants like Sidney Poitier. But the moment that made Africans proud was the film called The Message. Yes, that film. He played Bilal, the African muezzin, the one who gave the first call to prayers in Islam. Johnny Secker, or Lamin, call him what you want, but don't forget him. He's a pioneer, he's a voice of Africa who represented Africa at the greatest stage in Hollywood.
bari nga ci morom nag ñu bari nañoo ne like seriously. Yeah, because dafa interesting torop. Xam nga Gambian si nag bari nañ ay stars. Gambian yoo xam ne stars lañ outside.
It's good to know history.
Yeah.
Because maybe ñeneen ñi sax ñu fa they are Gambians and they are well known, but then we don't know that they are actually Gambians or Senegambians.
And there's another Gambian as well. Kooku am na benn series fàtte naa the title film bi. Very nice series. Gambian waaw mu ngi si film boobu noonu.
Am nañ ay star but xam nga it all comes to knowing your history.
Saka especially this one ñu bari daf leen a jaaxal.
Surprise na mas mama si.
Xam nga soo ko gisee yaa noo ko foog rek ay boori yeneen dëkk yi East African la. South African, Central African ak yooyu.
Te lii yaaga ne ñoo seetaan film bi musu ñoo xam ne kii sum mbokk la.
Johnny Secker lim santa Secker rek a ma ci naxari.
Parce que
Secker santa bu bon. Secker rek a ma ci naxari santa bu bon sax.
Amin Seck.
dama ko suubal rek.
Da nga xam ndax mun laa dégg mu ngi seetaan.
Suma yoon si golo bu puudaru dama ko suubal rek. Seka Santa bu bon, but very interesting. Very interesting. Imaginal xam nga judo biir Sénégal, biir Gambia, yaroo fi, xam nga dem Europe, and then film bi the message, this movie. Be ila yomi din do am benen movie we overshadow this movie, the movie of the Prophet, because am na yeneen movie, but this is the best ever. This movie is the best ever. Ba pare fuñ ko acté, imaginal ay Morocco la ñu ko acté, Libya fa lañ acté this movie.
Wala lolu soko setan nga fone ay li fi noonu.
It was acted in Morocco, in Libya ak yoy noonu. So Johnny Seka definitely played a very important role ci film bi. And that's not the only film yu nekk, because film si bari nañ. Flames in the Streets, and the Wild and the Wailing, Women and Straw, East and Sudan, the Khartoum, the Last Safari, Southern Star, xam nga yëpp bokk na si. Incense for the Dam, a Warm December, Visit to a Chef's Son, Uptown Saturday Night, The Message. Boobu door a ñëw sax nga gis ne film si yëpp bokk na si balaa The Message ñëw. Then after The Message mu am beneen film called Asante, Charlie Chan and the Curse of the Dragon Queen, mu ñëw bi Hanky Panky, mu ñëw with Passion and Paradise, after Babylon 5 and The Gathering. So these are all movies yoo xam ne Lamin Seka participated in this movie. So he was definitely a great actor. A great actor, definitely. Of course, and a legend. Yeah, he was definitely a legend, because dafa active na from 1958 to 1993, si diggante boobu la active. Then 2006 mu gaañu in America, California.
If many people know this ever since, then jar na sax always waaw mu ñëw comme ça ñu ko celebrate sax always jar na ko sax, because he is indeed a legend.
Let's take a look at your stories, because you have so many interesting stories that are trending as well. What do we have?
Okay, let me first start with the story on Fatu Network, whereby the Minister of Agriculture, Demba Sabali, said livestock and food security. The fertilizer will be sold to farmers at 1,100 per bag for the current farming season, with 28,892 metric tons, which is equivalent to 577,800 bags, available for nationwide distribution. The government is providing a substantial subsidy of 1,875 per bag to make fertilizer affordable and boost agricultural productivity. The ministry warned that transporting fertilizer across national borders will remain illegal and carries strict penalties. Additionally, agents with outstanding debt to the National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation from last year's fertilizer sale must settle all the areas immediately or face disqualification from the upcoming distribution exercise, with new agents being recruited to ensure timely delivery to farmers.
Wow.
So, especially see rainy season farmer, it's very good to have a fertilizer, a very good one for that matter. But then, bahna tamit ne ñu joxe lifeni ni sen su fekkee ne you did not meet the standards, you will face you will be disqualified, wala you will face justice and all stuff. So it is important at least farmer dañoo soxla fertilizer important na torop si farming. Façon wax yi nii lañ nekk di expect si agricultural minister bi instead of political affairs li nga xamante ne du yóbbu dëkk bi fenn.
To be honest.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So comme démba rek luñ doon discuss fii nii rek affaire yi politique bi daal dañ ko war a jël rek tegee ko nii. waaye ñu focus si lii. Yeah.
parce que ñu ngi si rainy season te lii lañ
expect from him.
Exactly. waaye fii la tam doo ko blame because he is the deputy party leader, is it?
Deputy party leader of NPP.
NPP. Why the deputy party leader or something like that?
Oh.
Yeah, but obviously So the Minister of Agriculture, what we expect to hear from you,
these are some of the things.
Lan lañ war a expect
ci agricultural sector
bi fertilizer, which is the main thing loo xam ne loolu lan fu mu nekk nii béykat yëpp nii lañ def seen noppay di déglu lan mooy price bi waaye with this price definitely year before last at last year and this year is definitely not the same. 1,100 per bag.
Yeah, loolu lañ wax de.
dina dafa dimbale béykat yi.
With 28,892 metric tons.
How much was it last? Was it 30 or something?
Yeah.
So this year, anyway, ak lu mu munti doon fàtte naa figure bi, but this year moo gën a cheap. At least that's a good thing. But the problem bi mooy du affaire su la neexee sax nañ ko jaayee 500. Problème bi mooy buñ ko génnee dëkk bi.
buñ ko génnee dëkk bi
buñ ko bàyyi jaay local traders yi ñu ko dem di ko jaay. People will come from elsewhere di ko fi jënd di ko génne.
te su fekkee yeneen dëkk yi duñ ko nangu.
non duñ ko nangu yaa.
nga dem foofu di ko génne di ko yóbbu sa beneen dëkk. léegi ñu dem si beneen story bi rek mooy Kanifing Municipal Council has been selected.
For which paper?
From the Fatu Network.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Kanifing Municipal Council has been selected as one of the 50 global finalists in the 2025 Bloomberg Philanthropies Mayor's Challenge from over 630 applications across 33 countries. KMC will receive $50,000 to prototype their solution and participate in the Ideas Camp in July 2025 with the chance to compete for $100 million in January 2020.
$1 million?
$1 million rather, $1 million in January 2026. The municipality described this as a testament to their ongoing commitment to innovation, sustainable development, and delivering better service for the people of Kanifing. So, dafa mel ni comme démb rek Gambia buñ news yi génnee ne Gambia was ranked fourth, the most peaceful country. So lii tamit in Africa. So lii tamit
and 55 globally.
Yeah, 55 globally and fourth Africa. So lii de dafa wone ne at least Gambia mun na moo we are getting recognized internationally as well.
Continue all of the Gambia mun na moo lan.
dañu ràññee internationally.
Wow, good.
Anga suma wolof daal mooy loolu.
No, why so ko jéem doo dem. Ràññee nañu de.
Ràññee nañu. So lii moom is a great initiative.
Yeah, congratulations
to
Taliban's team.
Ak teamam yi ñu leen a congratulate ñu leen a naka lañ dee wax congratulate ci wolof.
Waxal congratulate ci soose.
It's just crazy.
Ngàcce ngalaama.
Ngàcce ngalaama.
Ci wolof te xam nga ko ci soose. Xanaa nga yem ci mal ni mbaara la rek. Anyway, let's take a look at another.
You then see a story from the Alcamba Times, which is the Gambia Transport Service Company, GTSC, has been awarded
another recognition.
Another recognition. So, this month is a month of recognition for the Gambia. So, it has been awarded Best Transport Service West Africa by African Travel Quarterly, the first travel magazine in West Africa, which solely focuses on travel and tourism issues. The award is in recognition of the important role being played by GTSC in connecting people and places across West Africa. In a congratulatory message to GTSC, Ikechi Uku, publisher of the Ghana-based African Travel Quarterly, states, as one of the key players in regional road transport, your services have made it easier for travelers. Tourism, your commitment to safety, affordability, and regular routes has helped support tourism, regional trade, and cultural exchange across cities and countries.
Another recognition.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, funny mom, Yefita Nehna.
Yefi Nehna de
Demba was the Gambia ranking fourth. But what Jimoy? Gambia ranked fourth. Le am nga ci ñoo wax duñu ñoo tax ñuy wax ñu nekk ci petit ñoo.
Yeah.
Xeli doomi adama la wax de. Am na ñoo xam ne duñ xam nga xamuñ dafa am liñ dee seet ba tax ñu rank la fourth.
Yeah.
But ñeneen duñ understand lan ak lan lañ seet. But li ñoo xool rek mooy because of last week dégg nañ ko fi dee. Am na jigéen bu daanu si rider bi. Gis nañ ñu fi jamante nii. And then that is ba pare that reminds me sax thank you so much. Control room please maa ngi leen a send benn image. I want to talk about this please. So awa pare maa ngi leen a send benn image. I definitely want to talk about this. That really reminds me. Am nga li xew mooy ñeneen foofu la ñu xoolee because of crime rate bi bari na wax nañ ne diw rey nañ fi diw sangam ñi protest nañ ñun def dañ ñi nangam naka la Gambia mën a nekkee faute fekk li xew ci beneen réew kootaam sax xewul Gambia and those people are ranked maybe in fact even ñu suñ kanam like second or third or whatever.
Dafa am criteria yu
dafa am criteria yu ñu seet and Gambia to be honest is peaceful. Xam nga ni ki nag da nga am sa dara ba pare xeebal ko sa bopp. But you talk to foreigners, you talk to those that came from somewhere to the Gambia. Dañ la ko dee dañ la you people don't know the country you have. Last time I was talking to one Nigerian loolu la moom mu ne ma my brother you don't even know the country you have. This country is blessed and it's peaceful. I was like dafa mel dañ ma sotti.
ñu ne doo ko dee xam ba soo génnee nga dem si yeneen dëkk yi. si nga dee xam.
It is true boo seetlu ko ci ñam Gambia naka la mel si ñam. Sénégal ak Gambia diggante bi niñ mel si ñam. I doubt ne di ko gis feneen. li aytal suñu benn koto waxoon mu ne Banjul tey la naxari bi moo neexee dégg danga daan dem si kër añ pare paa bi oola nga bañ mu laa neexal bay jooy.
léegi loolu mbaa am na.
non mu ngi am ba tey nit ñi sonn rek waaye ba tey.
waa Gambie kay loolu mu fa. dangaa nekk di romba place sax xamuloo gaay ñu oola kay
nekk di liggéey fii. waaw di liggéey fii añ jot ju teg boole añ ñëpp añ. am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngi liggéey ñu ngi si marché yi di liggéey. buñ jëndee añ kenn xamul kañ la.
kay loolu kenn talut kenn.
Let's take a look at another one.
ñu dem si beneen story bi rek mooy police arrest 31 in anti-kush operation targeting drug dens in Conakry. The police in Guinea have arrested 31 suspects during an ongoing crackdown on the trafficking and consumption of the synthetic drug known locally as kush. The arrest took place in several makeshift drug hubs, often referred to as temples, across the capital Conakry. So kush daal mu ngi def yëfa. ma ne ko kush daal mu ngi def yëfa waaye tamit police yi ñu ne naa jaajëfal si seen liggéey bi. since they are trying to address the issue by all means. Yeah.
That's great. Another one.
Let me just stop here.
Okay.
For you to.
Yes, there is one image. Control room. maa ngi leen seen benn tuk-tuk. Please. Démba dafa am li happen xam nga ñu ngi wax affaire crime. te nga gis crime rate nga foog naa. gis nga nit ñi dañu war a xale yi dañu war a yaru trop. xale yi dañu war a yaru dañu war a xam lan moo leen war. parce que démba can you imagine gis nga with this number plate. tuk-tuk bii nii. xale bu ko doon dawal démba. dafa jotee yenn students. or students lañ or whatever yenn xale la joteel. si boori jumaa yi Dipakunda bi just at the cemetery. gars yi am problème so benn taxi driver dab ko ci yoon bi ne ko ma ne lan moo xew. yaa ngi defi na ñii lan moo xew mu ne ko sa yoon nekku si. borom tuk-tuk bi ne ko tontu ko tontu bu ñaaw ne ko sa yoon nekku si. ba pare dem booy bi dab ko si yoon bi. waxaat ko ne ko yow maa ngi laa oo di la laaj lan moo xew nga ma altu di ma rek mu jaaraat fu ñaaw. bi nga demee nag ba romba gis nga des Bakoteh Silo mooy télé bi gën a gare Sénégal bi dem ba Sefidine borom tuk-tuk bi taxaw taxi driver bi ñëw taxaw di wax ak moom mu taxaw saaga ko ndey bu del ko ndey wax koy wax yu ñaaw ndoo bi taxaw booy bi taxaw di wax ak moom rasana
xale bu ndaw
xale booy si la booy bi jël téléphone bi nataal number plate bi loolu naxari xale bi mu taxaw ne ko yow sax xam nga la yow sax nangam rek jaaraat fu ñaaw ne ko doo dem si tuk-tukam bi roo ci paaka
de
fekk am na ko yoo wax waa ji ne ko bul dem because after man dañ ma experience story dama ñëw ñu experience story bul dem mu ne ko non yow sax doo dem rek attaque booy bi ak taxi driver bi dem sëgga si tànkaam bi jam tànki taxi bi ne ko yow maa la gën a nangam rek jam foofu noonu jamat ko yëpp ba pare dem luckily boy bi xam nga rek mu def yëfi mag faytu ko defu ko dara mu call nit ne ko jëlal demal police nga jëlal ma police nga arrêté moom nga ñëw ñu arrest kii nii nga arrest ko because I went to the police myself démba si guddi dem naa bi si police station bi ak xale bu ndaw ngay amee paaka sa biir tuk-tuk bi what for
mun looloo ma jaasa
seen
léegi dañ di wër ak ñoom
nga amee paaka sa biir tuk-tuk bi wala sax nga ko amee sa biir moto o yaa xam soo ko fa amoon sax ba pare nga am yar ñu ne waaw bot am ko fa nit di wax a yow ci problème boo xam ne yaa ngi ko am ak ay nit mu taxaw di la laaj xamuloo li tax mu la laaj ndax kooku xëy na sax dafa foog ne da nga am problème pour mu dimbale la seen nan la ñoo def nga génnee paaka jam moto bi tànki moto bi because démba ci guddi gars yi famille ñëw nañ di ko ñaan di ko ne ko waa léegi nañ ñu baaral nañ def nii ñu fay la tànka bi ñu seen naka lañ ko defee bot foog ñu mën ko parce que du pour moom waaye pour ñeneen ñu understand xam ne nit ñi dañu war a am yar because this is definitely crazy
over important
lii dafa ñaaw trop imagine loolu rek
te ma am na yenn borom tuk-tuk xam nga tuk-tuk tamit su koñ xam nga léegi moom this road connection stuff koñ bu nekk ya ak tali ak yooyu
non saka yéen kóolóol yi fu la ne ngay fëlee taay
comme ça kii daf doon wax téléphone ñoom seen kër si kaw tali bi la nekkal si koñ bi nii léegi borom tuk-tuk yi dañ doon romba nii rek ñu kof kii fuunaam bi rek daw ak moom ak seen tuk-tuk ku ciy imagine so léegi dëkk bi daal it's just crazy
li ñu wax dafa bari parce que ñu leen neex lañ dee dawalee da ngaa gis kuy dawal jël tànkaam bi génne ko ci biti ba pare téye baar bi nii tuk-tuk driver sa rek ne gis
ak affaire yi loolu la ñoo def ak affaire yi tontu bi nga doon wax nii démb maa ngi Sénégal bi gaara sama doon ñibbi nii rek ma dugga si moto bi kenn la kooku mu si gannaaw moto bi nii léegi am na ku doon try pour dugga moto bi benn boy la si garage bi mu jël kooku baagaam ndekete moom nekkut apprenti sax waaye ñu ne si garage bi foofu la de nekk ndekete sàccakat la léegi ku nekk si moto bi kooku daf ko gis mu ne kii ne jëlal sa baag bi si kii sàccakat la daf la bëgg a sàcca léegi moom mi mu jox kooku noonu baagam ba pare muy saaga kele ku wax kele ne jëlal sa baag bi si kii nii sàcca mu ko buddi ne ñëw ba si kooku si boori parenteer bi la toog sa de mu jël te moom xale bu ndaw la de mag boobu noonu mu ñëw ba si boori parenteer bi mu koo pokk léegi kooku bëgg a wàcc si moto bi te kooku dafa mel ni contract man la because mu ngi yoree ay lifin si baagam ay marto ak yooyu mu bëgg a wàcca pour lifin xale boobu ba den ñu ne ko ne amul benn njëriñ soo wàccee dara su ko dalee sa yow yaay ñëw soona yow la ñëw tëj ak yooyu waaye xam nga sometimes dañ dee dem to a point ne dañ dee dog sa xool bi waaye nag you just have to be patient with them.
Finally, one more thing, let's take a look at this. Alka Promotions and Iron Lady presents the first ever summer fiesta in Cloro. That's the island in Cloro, Sita Johe. It's called the Cloro Baobab Island, Sita Johe. It's going to be the biggest, it's the maddest summer jam festival. Control room, soon again I'm a fly because send them you please. Ramu Munchi. Ramu dal ko ci degal na ko mas Ramu bari Ramatullah bari this is brought to you by Alka Promotions and Iron Lady. The president presents the summer fiesta. It's going to be the one of the best summer fiesta ever. Sita Joy, I've got the chance to play in Sita Joy so many times because it's a very nice island. So for them, enjoy. And then you have DJ King, DJ Mendy, DJ E-Boy. These are the DJs to perform on that very night. It's happening live at the Baobab Island in Sita Joy, Cloro. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Time is up. Our Lola Nyotagato.
Just to say thank you to our wonderful viewers, those who have been following the show from Monday to Friday, or even those who wanted to follow the show but then due to some schedules they can't. We're thanking you for always following Morning Star. It's the end of the week. Do have a nice weekend and join us again next week, inshallah.
Thank you so very much, Maimuna.
Yes, thank you to our wonderful viewers for watching Morning Star from starting Monday to Thursday. We are grateful for your continuous support. Join us on Monday for another edition of the Morning Star. And have a pleasant weekend.
That should be it, and it's exactly where we're going to draw the curtain till tomorrow, inshallah. No, Monday. Then you with some interesting stories and things like that.
Yeah.
No. All right. Bye bye.